Alright, so for today,
I read that. And look, I thought I thought it said Trey was paying his $9 on weed. I was about to say what?
alright, so reading this is the Sherman spent half of his weekly allowance at the movies. So I don't know his allowance. Hold on just a second. Okay, so once again, I don't know what his allowance is, but he spent half of it at the movies. So I'm gonna say his allowance divided by two. So he spent half of it. To earn more money, his parents let him weed the garden for $9. So let me add $9. What is his weekly allowance if he ended with $12? So I set it up, now I have to solve for 9. For A, the positive 9 has nothing to do with the fraction, so let me move it to the right as a minus 9. So I have that A over 2 is equal to 3. Now, to get rid of the fraction, let me multiply both sides by 2. So A is equal to 6. His allowance is $6. Alright, so now reading number 2. James won 43 super bouncy balls playing horseshoes at the county fair. So let me write 43. At school, he gave 2 to every student in his math class. So let me come and say minus, because he gave them away. 2 to every person. So let me write 2p. Right? 2 for every person in his math class. He only has 7 remaining. So this is equal to 7. How many students are in his class? So my 43, let me subtract it. So I have negative 2p is equal to negative 36. Now let me divide both sides by a negative 2. P is equal to 18. I wish I had a class that big. There were times where my classes were about 40 people. So basically set it up and solve for the letter. Use letters that make sense, like P for people. Number 2, I use A for allowance. But now let me skip to number 7. A phrase that you guys might not be so familiar with are consecutive numbers. Consecutive numbers are the numbers that are right after the other, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what consecutive numbers are. So it says the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 57. So I don't know how big is the first number, so I'm gonna call it x, the first number. Then I'm gonna add it to the next number, which I'm gonna call x plus 1. Right? In order for it to be consecutive, I'm gonna add 1 plus x plus 2. Hey John. Hey John. My favorite topic. Alright, thank you. Alright, so x plus 1 plus x plus 2 is 57. Once again, for them to be consecutive, they increase each time by 1. So we started with x, the next one is x plus 1, the next one is x plus 2. Alright, I'm adding them. I can simplify the left. If you notice, I have 3 x's, so I'm going to call that 3x. To simplify it even more, I have 1 plus 2, so I'm going to call that 3. This is equal to 57. So once again, I simplify that from consecutive numbers. From here, we're familiar with this. Let me subtract 3 to each side. 3x equals 54. Now let me divide by 3. 54 divided by 3 is 18. So it says, what is the smallest of these numbers? 18. If I gave you consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, they don't increase by 1, they increase by 2. So the way I would have written would be x plus 2 plus x plus 4. Remember, even numbers or odd numbers, they're increasing by 2, not by 1. So that's what consecutive are. All right. Any questions? 3? All right. Looking at question number 3. How old am I if 400 reduced by, so let me start writing down, 400 reduced by 3 times my age. Oh, let me increase this. 3 times
T.
3t.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Equals 121.
switch for 400 to negative 400. And then it's going to be positive. Wait. Yeah. Negative 99.
So we have negative, more like 279. I mean,
Yep. Yeah. I divided it.
oh, divided by negative 3 already?
Yeah, 279, and it's going to be negative 9. Oh, wait, positive 9.
Positive 93. Good. All right. When you're saying, well, first we set it up, right? Subtract 400. 121 minus 400 gave us negative 279. Right? The bigger number was negative, so we kept the negative sign. Now we divide by negative 3, so t equals 93. All right. Any other questions? Number 10. The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 84. Remember, consecutive even numbers, they're skipping by 2s. So the first one is x. The second one is x plus 2. And the third one is x plus 4. Remember, each time they increase by 2. And the sum of them is 84. Let me simplify this. We have 3 x's. So let me call that 3x. And then 2 plus 4, let me simplify that as 6. So 3x plus 6 equals 84. I know 84 minus 6 is 78. Divide by 3. 78 divided by 3 is 26. Question is, what is the smallest of these numbers? So we're good with 26. All right. Any other questions? Including from the back. Do you remember that this Friday we have a test? On the test, you will have word problems. Not the whole test, but some of them will be word problems. Okay. All right, let me take roll for this.